Well, hello, all my amazingly beautiful Leo friends. My name is Libra Empress, and we're going to be discussing your tarot for today. Remember that this is a general reading, and this is for yours as well as for my entertainment. And also, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. That way you'll always be up to date with the content that I produce, and you'll be a part of our family, alright? Alright, let's get going, shall we? Now you've got 3 piles here, past, present, and future. Now remember, when we get to the future, that is not set in stone, and you can change that at any time you choose. So be it, alright? Now when we get to the 4th pile, if this all resonates, this 4th pile will be all the energy between your past, present, and future. Now I don't know where it all goes, I just know that it goes somewhere, and if it resonates, it will definitely fit in with whoever, you know. But remember that this is a general reading, so it could fit with many people. The best way to get accurate 100% results would be to get a personal reading, alright? Now, let's get going, shall we? My beautiful Leos, let's discuss what's going on in your past energy. Alright, so, my beautiful Leos, you're dealing with a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. This is the Queen of Hazards, someone who's very materialistic, confident, and practical. Now, this boss lady is hardcore, okay? She's the type of boss who she's always on your back, and she doesn't give you a chance to relax. And the reason why she does that is not because she wants to be an asshole. It's because when she hired you, she saw such great potential, and so she wants to push you to your limits to see how far you will go and expand your knowledge, okay? So she has your best interests at heart. Now, she is hard as nails on the outside, but sweet and gooey on the inside. But don't eat her, alright? When I think of sweet and gooey, I think of food. Over here staring at a zombie card, thinking of food. Well, that's logical. Now, first clarifier for past is the Two of Swords. Indecision, difficult decisions, and different views. So, my beautiful Leos, you are having a hard fucking time deciding what you're gonna do. You really are, and that's okay. You know, we all get that way. Do you use the chainsaw or the shotgun? Well, why don't you borrow Jason Voorhees' machete? Or you can even, you know, borrow Michonne's katana from The Walking Dead. Yes, I went all fan geeky there. Those are quiet and indestructible, but you need to make a decision. And that's the thing is you're having a hard time, right? You're dealing with a Two of Wands, so you have a choice, left or right. You're at a crossroads, and you're trying to figure it out, and you're getting a little dizzy. You're like, ooh, should I go after that kid or that kid? But it doesn't matter. Well, it does, but it doesn't, alright? Because what you're doing is you're at a Six of Swords, so you're clearing out the mental cobwebs, right? This is all in your mind. You're traveling, leaving the past behind, and transitioning. You're clearing out the boxes in your head. See, everybody, this is all bugging you mentally. You know, these are all the problems. They're driving you nuts. And you just keep thinking of the same conflicts over and over again, and worries and stress. And right now, you are just like shooting and heading towards calmer waters. Because you deserve to be at calmer waters. Currently, you're at a Knight of Hazards, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo energy, right? Now you're driving. You're very ambitious, material possession, and entrepreneur. Ooh, I thought I said that wrong. That's weird. So here's the thing, you're getting paid really good. Yes, you are, my beautiful Leo. And you're getting everything you want, but are you getting everything you actually need out of a situation? You've got a Page of Swords, Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius, right? Someone's watching you, someone inquisitive, headstrong, and observant. So when the shit hits the fan, see this shadow? That's a zombie shadow heading towards it, right? When the shit hits the fan, this Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius will know an escape route. It is very smart and intuitive. They'll help you. You're at a Nine of Wands, right? Completion of tasks, willpower, and persistence. You have not given up. Nope. You are succeeding. And because you went Six of Swords in your past energy way over here, you have finally decided to let loose all that baggage and become the Fool. Not a fool, because a fool is like an insult, but the Fool is like a high honor, where you're just starting fresh. You're not letting the past hold you back. So this is your new journey, first steps, and hasty choices. So you're on your way for a picnic. You're kind of content and happy. Everything's going good. future energy. Remember, possibilities. You are dealing with 6 of hazards. So, this person back here in the trench coat, they are very generous, full of favors and rewards, but he wants you to mow that lawn for that piece of meat. Are you going to do it? Well, you're actually taking out some flowers, so you become the top-notch lawn assassin. So, the one thing is that you don't like strings attached, and that's what's exactly going on. Someone's stringing you along. Do this, and I'll help you. It's like quid pro quo. And you don't like that. 5 of Swords. Defeat, bickering, severing of ties. You're fighting with someone, which is going to lead you to a tower moment, right? Some shit's happening. It's a sudden change, destruction, and questioning conventions. Now imagine that, you know those little food trays that you put food on and you take the food to the people in bed? Well, imagine you build a house of cards on top of it, right? And it's all set nice, and then someone comes up behind you, picks up both sides of the cart and goes whoop, and all your cards go shoop, right? And then you got like 52 or 54 pickup. I still have to count my cards. I'm going to say that way until I can remember to count my cards, because it's been a long time since I've played with a regular deck of cards. But here's the deal, is that it just kind of fucking changes everything. Your world's a little bit upside down. You got blindsided by something, but that's okay. It doesn't hold you back. You just have to make some sacrifices, that's all. Alright, so you're at a turning point. You're accepting the situation as it is and sacrificing yourself for the better. Okay? Now, a sacrifice isn't always the worst thing in the human history, but you don't want to sacrifice yourself so much that you become the foolish knight. Okay? So far you're not that. Now, let's discuss the energy between past, present, and future. So somewhere along the line you were at a 10 of Swords, right? Disaster, rotten, ruin, and destruction. Everybody wants a piece of you, but you just can't keep giving and giving and giving. You're like, I need that meat cleaver for work so I can chop up meat. I need that shoe for work because I need to wear shoes at work. I mean, I need them so I look stylish. Can you get your fingers out of there? Like, that tickles. Ow. Put that back. I need that kidney. While you're in there, can you do some nip and tuck? Basically, right? You're feeling like everybody's taken from you, and it's like a severe betrayal that kind of shook your world. Maybe that's what caused the tower. Because you're fighting with someone over something, and you think it's something important, and they think it's something important, but it's something totally stupid if you pull out and bring a new perspective over it. So you're losing a friendship or a relationship over something that you guys could easily, over. I feel like there's an Ace of Swords here. Hold on. No, there's no Ace of Swords, so you're not gonna regret cutting off bridges. So if you do cut a bridge, you should be fine. You won't need them, and they won't need you. So you're calling judgment, right? Karma, accepting a responsibility for a situation. Oh, yes. Three of Cups. Oh my gosh, you're celebrating partnerships and good times. So, you or your partner are pregnant. You just barely got married or celebrating a union with a partner at work. And not so much as the marriage union, but as in like a partnership, right? Or you're coming up with this great idea. Either way, you're succeeding. It's going to plan. Now, but the thing is that you need to look within. You've got the High Priestess, alright? You've got mystery, intuition, and secrets. So there are secrets surrounding you and mysteries, and you've got to solve that by looking within to your own intuition. Okay? No one's going to answer your questions, but you got to go within to answer them yourself. Actually, I'm surprised I didn't see the Moon card here. Hold on. Yeah, the moon card's not here, so you don't have to... I mean, you should pay attention to your dreams. That will help. But you don't technically have to. So you're in a Nine of Swords. You're very paranoid, full of anxiety and hopelessness, and you don't know what's going to happen next. Everybody only calls you when they want something from you. You're fighting with someone you're worried about. Is this the end of us? Is this the end of us? But you got your Ace of Cups, so you're hopeful to give this to that person and let them know that regardless of what's going on between you and them, that you still love them. You know, you're starting a new relationship with them. I mean, it could be an old relationship, right? But a fresh, turning a fresh leaf over a page, right? You're beginning a new emotional journey. You've overcome the bullshit somewhere. Now you got the Lovers. You're dealing with a Gemini. Romance, sex, and blinded by passion. But that's the thing, is that she's over there ripping his heart out, and he's over there spraying her vagina. Now every time I see him spraying her vagina, I always think of Friday the 13th, the video game. The hell spray, every time they spray, they spray their lower half, and I always call it vagina spray. You can laugh if you want, but that's what I see every time. I'm like, pass me some vagina spray, and they laugh. They laugh. It's funny. But he's just like, what it's saying is that if there's no passion, sex, or romance, would your relationship actually last? Is there anything concrete below it? And it's also telling you, be careful, because once you're in a blinded by passion mode, then, I mean, there could be deception. And then, like, there's the moon, right? Which is funny, because I think you... Hold on. Yeah, you had a Six of Swords. So that had a moon card too. So do pay attention to your dreams, even if you don't see it. Okay, because something's going on. Now, my beautiful Leo, regardless of what's between your legs, we all each have two energies, alright? So you have reached your top notch in your female energy. This, or you're pregnant, or you're about to be pregnant. I don't know, you've reached your maternal, right? Fertility, maternal, and success. But here's the thing, is you don't get that way overnight. You go through trials, errors, and growth. And you're doing damn well. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on. Now, Leo, you're dealing with a 10 of Wands. Burdens, responsibilities, and you're struggling like no fucking other, right? Dealing with a Leo, Gemini, or an Aquarius, and Knight of Swords. Brave, ego, and lack of emotion. Now, think of it like this. Now, Leo, pretend like you're the ocean, right? This is just a scenario, okay? And this person, the Swords, which is an air sign, comes at you from the left, right? As billowing clouds and water and rain, you know, and thunder and lightning, and it's just like the electricity filters, you know, it shoots down from the clouds and back up through from the ocean or whatever, right? And it's rocking you back and forth, and then it leaves just as fast as it came, and suddenly you calm down. But are you the same as you were before this conversation with that rainstorm or that hurricane? Hell no, you're not the same, okay? They brought a perspective and changed your fucking reality, which probably also led to the tower. Some shit was said. Regardless of feelings, there were logic, and it kind of shook you to the core. Which, you know, maybe someone's telling you that there's a Seven of Swords, someone's deceiving you, stealing from you. There's a lot of deception, sabotage, right? And you're getting tired of it. Oh God, you're getting tired of deception. It's kind of sent you into a little bit of Four of Swords, which is a mini hermit card, right? So retreat, rest, and recovery. So you got in a fight with someone. Could be your significant other, because there's lovers there, right? And it could be your wife, or husband, or even a family member. But you got in an argument with them, and you went and sat by yourself, and you licked your wounds, and you thought about what was said by this Gemini, Libra, or an Aquarius, because it struck home. That truth struck home and really shook you. Like, are you spending enough time doing what they like to do? Because are they doing the same for you? Are you guys, you know what I'm saying? But you went in a mini hermit mode, but you're not there forever. Because while you're there, you come at You come at this discussion from a new approach. You're very ingenuitive and inventive, so you're not going to let shit hold you down. And it also shows that you got a 7 of Cups. Choices, consideration, and daydream. So while you're in that, you're making a lot of fucking... You're trying to weigh out your pros and cons. Do I stick with this person or do I skimp out? Like, is it really worth it to get divorced and have to file, like, a shit ton of paperwork just to keep custody of my own child? And I don't see any toxic energy. That's not for everyone if you don't have a child, okay? What I'm saying is that you've got a lot of options, and if you don't make a choice while you're thinking about it, weigh out your pros and cons. If you don't make a choice on these options, on which one you want, a choice will be made for you. And Leo, I can guarantee it that you're not going to like the choice that's made for you, so make a choice that best suits you, alright? But also, use your heart and your analytical side, right? Your brain and your heart together as like the scales. Like my sign, the only eminent object that doesn't breathe, okay? Leo, put your brain on one side and your heart on the other and weigh out the pros and cons. Do I want to stick with this person? Am I willing to put up with the negative side? I mean, it's not all bad all the time, is it? I mean, we all have our flaws. Like, here's an example. And I don't tell anybody this, alright? But for you, I'll tell you this. What drives me nuts is when I go pee, and I sit and pee on the seat. Because my husband and my son, they leave the seat down when they pee. And I tell them, will you please lift the seat up when you pee? I'd rather put the seat down than waste toilet paper cleaning up a toilet. Like, seriously, or washing the toilet. I don't want to sit in someone else's pee, that's disgusting. And they're like, well, you get mad at us if we lift the seat up and forget it. I'm like, no, I won't, because I'm not wasting much energy putting the seat down. Like, I'm wasting toilet paper. You know, people are fighting over and hoarding toilet paper. And we're over here like, well, I'm not going as long as, like, the coupon lady who... There's this coupon lady who makes her kid count out how many pieces, like square pieces of toilet paper per each person a day, so she goes through 40 rolls a year. It's fucking nuts. It's on YouTube. And it drives her husband nuts too. Like, seriously, 4 slices, just like of the little squares. Which here's funny, because I have a roll of toilet paper actually here. What I mean by that is, for a whole day, this guy only gets that much toilet paper. Right there. Poor fucking guy. I feel bad for him. I feel so bad. They should just go to the dollar store or something. Like, it's $1 for a 4-pack. Like, but you see what I'm saying? Alright, and the bottom of the deck is, I totally jumped off topic, I'm sorry. Is the Emperor. So in your male energy, you have reached top notch there. So you're a leader, you're bringing control and order out of chaos. Plus, you're also dealing with an Aries, alright? So there's a lot of shit going on, and you're fighting. And it's close to your birthday, which is bullshit, because, I mean, you shouldn't have to deal with that shit right close to your birthday. Are you fighting over... No, you're not fighting over a 3 of Swords, which would be like a porn or anything, or a third party. But you're fighting over something that's really getting to you. Like, are you fighting over money? Full of anxiety? Are you overpaying for an apartment? I have a coworker who pays $1,500 in Utah for a 2-bedroom. I pay $1,036 for a 2-bedroom. He was dumbfounded. Like, he couldn't believe that's how much I pay. And then for a 1-bedroom at the Redwood Apartments, that's over... Oh, it's almost like $1,120 with all our shit that they add on. So, like, if you're fighting over money or, like, apartments, because, like, there's your tower, you're moving. Maybe you're just like, you can't make payments anymore. But it doesn't say you lost your job. But you could have, because there's a tower. It's a learning experience, right? You're going through some shit. Maybe someone got after you, like a boss. You're juggling a lot, but you're dealing maternally, and you're in love with your, anyway, you're in love with your spouse, but they're driving you fucking nuts. That's where I was coming from. So, like, there are little things in your relationship that you can put up with, right? Like the pros versus cons. Like, I can put up with the peeing on the toilet seat and cleaning it up. It drives me nuts because I don't like wasting, but I'd rather put up with that than being abused physically, emotionally, or mentally. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, you gotta really look at the person, and when you say those vows, you're making a contract between them and God or Jesus or whatever, right? Or whoever you pray to. To each their own. But you're making a contract nonetheless to put each other first. And then when you have children, your children become your first over your relationship. That's just how it goes. At least in my family. Kids come first, so I will make my kid happy before I make my spouse happy, and vice versa for my spouse. But that's just us. Everybody's different and unique in their own way. So I feel like maybe you even went in to, maybe you got grilled at work. Like you had your options, you went in, and it didn't turn out so right. You know what I mean? I'm over here blocking the screen with my fat hand, sorry. But you're being deceived. Maybe there's a lot of gossip at work too. Or someone's trying to break your relationship up. Are you partying with too many people who are jealous and envious of your relationship? Are you worried that your spouse is wanting to put their shoes under someone else's bed? If you don't know that reference, look it up. It just means that they're wanting to sleep with someone else. Anyway, holy shit. Don't worry, you're not alone, okay? And I don't see you, like, you go into mini hermit mode, which is this, where is it? Right there, the Four of Swords. But you don't let it hold you back, so it doesn't end up taking you to the Eight of Swords or anything, which is good. Wow. But you're calling judgment. You need to sit down with your significant other or whoever you're having issues with and talk and think about what you're going to say and how you're going to say it to whoever you're going to say it to, alright? Now don't walk on eggshells around that person, but don't be an asshat either, okay? You can catch more bees with honey than with vinegar, so if you think about how you're going to come out talking to that person and how, because like if you go something like, oh man, let's see if I can come up with something while I'm sitting here. Alright, so say you buy sodas in the fridge. You buy a 12-pack of whatever your significant other drinks. Mine right now is drinking Code Red Mountain Dew. And I drink Pepsi. Not because I want to drink Pepsi, because everybody keeps buying that for me. So I guess I drink it. And it tastes good with ice. So that's the only time Pepsi ever tastes good is with ice. Like lots of ice. But say your spouse drinks all of their Mountain Dew, Code Red Mountain Dew up, right? Then they walk into your room and they start chugging down on your soda. They don't ask. And that's one of my pet peeves. I hate when people come in and take shit of mine without asking. Okay? I'll tell you another story about that later. But, okay, so My significant other is taking drinks from me. Now, we bought him his, and we bought me mine. Now, if he asked, then I'd be fine with it. If he didn't ask, then we're going to have some issues, and we're not going to have a lot of tissues, because he's going to be crying his ass off, right? But, I've got to talk to him about that. Now I can be like, what the fuck? You stole my drinks. Why can't you fucking, like, ask the question? What the hell's wrong with you? Blah, 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 right? Shifting the blame. I'm being an asshat to him. You know, I'm not thinking about how he's hearing it. Because what I'm saying, because I'm a Libra, I'm a cardinal sign, I'm very analytical, I'm cutting him with my Queen of Swords attitude. Just like, chop, 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 right? And he's a Sagittarius, so he's like, oh my god, I'm gonna shut down, I can't deal with this shit no more, oh god, right? Even my son would be crying, he's a Cancer. But that's beside the point. Why would I come at him like that? I mean, I'm not pregnant. I mean, I only went nuts over milk once when I was pregnant. And that's because I wanted 1 gallon of myself, and everybody else could have all the other shit. I just wanted 1 gallon for my cereal. But why not come at him like this? Juju, because that's his nickname. I named him after Juju beans, which I named my mermaid food off my book, which were named after candy or drugs in the 60s or something. Anyway, I go, Juju bean, listen, are you all out of your Code Red Mountain Dews? And he'd be like, yeah, everybody's drinking them out of the fridge, and I don't get any, and I just wanted some. Is that all right? And I'd be like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. You know, just all you have to do is ask and let me know, and you know, I'm okay with that. And he'd be like, oh, okay, cool. But then there's my kid in the corner, like chugging him like fucking he's at a drinking party, and I'm like, oh my god, if this kid ever got a hold of alcohol, he'd be the champion of shots and beer pong, like, over there. He's all drinking a whole kegger. No, just kidding. He doesn't do that. He's 7 and disabled. He's not going to be drinking beer for a long time. But you get my point, right? Then there's this other story, right? When my grandmother's mother and father died, she got like $20,000. Well, at the time, I had a broken window in my bedroom, and I was like 15, and late at night, because we lived in Magna, Utah, people would come, some fucking pervert would come and knock on my window, you know, and I could hear it, and I'm like less than a foot away from it, and I'm like rolled up, and I'm not looking, and the next day I told my gram, right? So what she decided with the money was she would get a fucking fence. Unfortunately, she bought the fence from Lowe's, which don't ever buy a plastic fence from Lowe's, okay? That shit falls apart. But, she got a big fence in the backyard, like 10 feet tall or whatever, I don't know. It was way taller than me, because I'm a midget, 5'2" and whatnot. But she got that, and then she, spent the rest of it on taking us to Disneyland, because we'd never been, because we were poor. So, you know, one day she lent her car to her friend Jerry Jackson. She lent her car to Jerry Jackson, and she was sitting in the front room with her friend Brad, and she looked out the window, and here comes her friend Lindell with his little truck. And he backs his car into the driveway, and he backs it all the way back to the backyard, and he loads up her metal fence, you know, that went around the yard. He loads it up into his truck, and then he pulls out, as if nobody knew he was there, pulls out, and he decides he's going to go around the block, because we had this hill behind our house. They're still there. I don't live in that house no more, but he went up the street, and he decided he would go behind the house on that street and look and make sure that he got, you know, like the one look over his shoulder the last time, and you're just feeling satisfied because you got away with the shit. Well, my grandma stood in the backyard, And she pointed at him as he was driving by, and she went like this. Right? And he was like, oh shit, and he came back, because he knew their friendship was more important. And he pulled up into the front yard with it, and she went, you know, if you had just asked, I would have given it to you. Watch this. And she yells down the street, because our neighbor Randy, he's still there. He's right next to the Magna Library. She's, Randy. He's like, what? You need some fence? Extra fence? He goes, yeah, sure. She's like, well, this is yours. And Lindell's face, his mouth dropped. He was just like, oh. And she turned to him and she said, if you just fucking asked, you would have gotten it for free. But you didn't ask. You thought it was important to come and steal from me. And that shit isn't cool. See what I'm saying? Is if you ask, you get more reward because you're being honest. Yeah, you're coveting something that's not yours, okay? But that's not to say that it won't ever be yours. You just have to ask, and you got to think about how you're going to ask. And you know what? If you come at him sweet and honest, then you know more than likely you'll get more favor points than you will by fucking stealing. So that's another reason why you're just like Seven of Swords. You're sick of the deception and bullshit. And this person, they're like, and the zombies are like, hey, movie night's this way. Holla. Right? But it's just, people don't ask. And that's another reason why I say you need to work on your relationship or whoever you're with, alright? Because your pros, if they outweigh your cons with this relationship, then you'll know what decision to make in the long run, okay? And you'll no longer be in this mode because of this, okay? Because you're coming out of it with a new approach and making a decision, and ultimately it leads to your happiness, okay? Now I love you. Thank you so much for listening to me, my beautiful Leos. My name is Libra Ambrose. Please don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share, and join me again for tomorrow's daily horoscope, okay? I love you. Bye.